Disclaimer, the comments made in this video are intended for entertainment purposes only and are not intended to offend anyone.
Why do you think men are like the way they are?
As in what?
As in just the male species, or why are you like this?
What's your actual question?
Woke liberals need to be put in their place constantly. Hello and welcome to another video. Today we're watching woke liberals get owned. You should own the like and subscribe buttons now.
What the? What happened? Is everything okay?
You trying to get noticed. You trying to say kick me out. Let me get the clip.
No, I'm being dead
You're
ass.
the clip rat.
I'm being dead ass.
Clip rat, right? Hey, cops! Are you looking for me? Are you looking for the Indian kid? It's me! Clip farming ass.
Bro, I'm just trying to make sure everything's okay.
Yeah, you really care.
Well, God, I care. I care about your well-being, but you don't care about mine, but it's all good.
You can tell when an adult wasn't hugged enough as a child.
Jarritos.
I was looking for an orange one.
Freeze-dried Skittles.
Let go!
Mountain Dew. Broccoli.
Oh, what the?
The future remains bright, people.
If President Trump asks you to cut Medicaid, will you do it?
Oh, it's not up to me to cut Medicaid. It would be up to Congress. Oh, and
You don't
I'm going to work. I'm going to work.
Mr. Kennedy, you don't want to answer? I'll move on. Do you know?
He actually did answer. You just weren't expecting knowledge and common sense.
An electric car in a car wash because car wash is wet and you can't get an electric car wet. I never thought of how.
What is it? Just not rain where you live? It rains. Water comes out of the clouds. You know what? Why do I even explain my?
What's with her makeup?
Ma'am, what did you want to get out of this? Go me?
Okay, TikTok, right now it's a video that's going viral of me, the healthcare worker that's dancing on top of her patient's head. It's not what it is. Trust and believe. All I gotta say for now is angles play a big part, but we're gonna get into that another time. He looks very aware and comfortable to me, so y'all need to stop jumping to conclusions, even though, yeah, I do see how he look, but trust me, it's not that.
So you heard what she said, right? Y'all heard what she said. The camera angle is the problem. So the camera angle is the problem, and it's not what you think it is. She twerking on people. Tell me if you see what I'm seeing. Now maybe they like it, but this ain't where you supposed to be doing this at. You at work, girl. They ain't at your crib. Maybe they want you to drop it on their head. But you can't do that while you at work getting paid. This is what they do at the strip club. Don't ask me how I know. You should actually go to church. You should go meet the Lord, because I don't get what kind of pills you taking. That don't make no sense.
Did she get fired though? She should have been fired immediately. Angles, you were the only filming.
I now recognize the representative from Delaware, Mr. McBride.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Ranking Member Keating, also wonderful.
Mr. Chairman, could you repeat your introduction again, please?
Yes, we have set the standard on the floor of the House, and I'm simply...
What is that standard, Mr. Chairman? Would you repeat what you just said when you introduced a duly elected representative from the United States of America? Please.
I will. The representative from Delaware, Mr. McBride.
Mr. Chairman, you are out of order. Mr. Chairman, have you no decency? I've come to know you a little bit, but this is not decent.
We will continue.
You will not continue it with me unless you introduce a duly elected representative the right way.
This hearing is adjourned.
Out of order? McBride is a dude though. What are you talking about?
That's not alive. That is something.
No, this isn't alive because it's murdered.
No. If it was put together, I would still
No. You'd say, so if this baby...
Step on ants.
Right.
Step on cockroaches.
Right.
Cockroaches don't have conscience.
Well, no, but I'm a follower of Jesus. I believe cockroaches are not made in the image of God.
Do
you wear the cross because it's just jewelry?
God, I have yes, of course I have.
Well, no, but so God says human beings are different than animals because human beings are made in the image of God. The reason you can step on a cockroach, even if the cockroach is running from you, is because the cockroach isn't made in the image of God.
She might be in DRUGS stance. Cockroaches?
I just want to drill in a bit about Doge. Even if you were to fire every single government employee, they would not even be able to get to a fraction of how much revenue we need to get for taxes. That's not enough, and it's not helpful.
No, it's $115 million
yes.
for equity assessment programs. That's a lot of money.
No. With regards, compared
This
to
is
how
not
much,
a lot of money?
Compared to how much we need for
So
to run the country.
This is a false argument. I'm glad you're making it, which is that so then we shouldn't cut it because it's not that big of a deal.
No, that's not what I mean.
So should we cut this?
It depends. You need to make the argument that it's actually good.
Well,
Why
first
should
of
it
all,
exist?
the president signed an executive order saying no more DEI.
Okay.
Equity assessment should have no place in the U.S. government because
Why?
equity is not constitutional. It's not in the U.S. Constitution. It's not an American value. And $115 million is a grotesque amount of money to spend on it, so you should get rid of it to save taxpayer money. You think the government is innocent until proven guilty. I think the government, after what we've learned, is guilty until proven innocent. Even if you only save $100 in taxpayer money, that is a moral fight worth having. That attitude is why we're $35 trillion in debt.
That boy is a metal detector's worst nightmare. Liberals have suddenly become government cheerleaders. If Kamala had come up with Doge, they would be bootlicking her feet right now.
We want to take down the Department of Education. How do we plan to compete internationally? I'm an immigrant from China, and in China, we value education as number one priority. Because through education, we can improve our social status and become a more valuable member in society.
We have a different view of education than the Chinese. The Chinese model is great from a totalitarian standpoint. You will do this, you will learn that, you will serve the state, and you will be very good at it. I actually would rather have us have millions of thoughtful, deep, philosophically minded good citizens that know what it is to think critically. The Department of Education is an administrative state. It is this massive beast that is way overfunded, way overbloated, and if we want to compete with China, we're not going to out-totalitarian them. Instead, we should do what is necessary for a free society to continue to exist. The only way a free society exists is if citizens know what liberty is. Let me just ask you a question. Do they say that is Taiwan Taiwan, or is it land of the Chinese Communist Party?
We call it Taiwan. We recognize the situation in our government.
Okay, so it's not China's, it's its own sovereign, autonomous country?
We call them Taiwan. We recognize how they're separate, but they still belong to us legally.
Okay. You see what I'm getting at, right? The difference is this. In totalitarian countries, human beings are little parts of a broader machine to be put in. In a free society, you're all independent souls that are made in the image of God, that you have to understand what freedom and liberty is and to grow into something greater.
A Chinese immigrant studying in the United States, but somehow thinks China is superior to the US in education. Isn't that a little bit cuckoo?
Donald Trump has backed down from imposing tariffs on both Mexico and Canada.
He's keeping his promise that he made months ago that these tariffs will remain in effect until Mexico and Canada can take measures to stop the invasion of illegal substances and illegal people into our country. We see that both Canada and Mexico have made such measures to reach an agreement with the deal that Trump gave them.
Donald Trump has backed down after a crash in our stock market this morning.
No, that's not why. Try again.
Retaliatory plans announced by both governments.
No, also not true. Try again.
As well as new agreements with both governments to keep a closer eye on the substances coming across our border.
There we go. Was it so hard to say the truth? Do you notice how him and his smug liberal Avenger squad are all like plotting for the US's downfall and celebrating the wins and victories of Mexico and Canada and trying to make us look weaker? If you love Mexico and Canada so much, move there.
No, liberals don't take action. They never have. They just lie and complain. That's about it.
What makes you think Doge is efficient?
What makes Doge efficient?
Yeah.
Well, actually, I have some examples of Doge. Can I go through them for you?
Yeah.
They actually printed these out for me. So Doge saved $1.5 million going to a voter confidence summit in Liberia. $1.5 million. Let's see this one. I haven't looked at these yet. Doge saved $40 million going to a gender equality and woman empowerment hub. That's what we're funding. Let me see what else we have here. Doge saved $19 million going to biodiversity conversation in Nepal. That seems important. How about this one? Doge saved $47 million going to improve learning outcomes in Asia. $47 million. Doge saved U.S. taxpayers $144 million identifying 97 government real estate leases that were empty buildings. And how about this one? $115 million going to equity assessments of existing program policies. And this is just touching the surface.
So do you see the efficiency now, or do you need to hear it from a blue-haired rainbow mascot?
Do you believe the United States is the best country in the world?
No.
Can you name me 3 countries better?
Not really.
Not only can't she name any country better, she will never move, ever.
Somebody wants to be a cat, or if anybody wants to be a dog, if anybody wants to be a woman or ex, whatever, I just support.
Could I marry a cat?
You know what? Go for it. Whatever.
So you support?
Just go for it. Now, I would question, like, why would you want to marry a cat? That's on you. But at the same time, I'm not going to stop you from doing so because that's none of my business.
But do you understand how crazy that sounds? That America has got to the point where people genuinely believe you can marry a cat and that's okay.
Would you marry a cat?
No.
He has no opinions of his own. Marry a cat? People are carrying cars though. I guess cat marriages are just a few steps farther.
The price of literally everything is about to go up because of Donald Trump's tariff.
Wrong. In June of 2018, Trump placed 25% tariffs on Canadian steel. When we look at the price of steel, we see from 2016 up until June of 2018, the price was skyrocketing. Then after the tariffs were imposed, we see that the price went up a little bit and then came down pretty dramatically. Trump also placed a 10% tariff on Canadian aluminum. When we take a look at the price of aluminum, similar story from 2016 to 2018, we see the price was going up dramatically. And after his tariff was imposed, look what happened to the price of aluminum.
Now is not a time to be playing politics with people's lives. You spread propaganda and hate.
Trump has temporarily blocked healthcare for 72 million low-income Americans. The executive office of the president literally said, no, any program that provides direct benefits to Americans is explicitly excluded from the pause and exempted from this review process. You should really stop lying and get some sleep, Dean. That's tough.
And he should probably clean off those marker lines off his chin. Without lies, liberalism dies.
Should we agree that 14-year-olds should not be able to get gender-affirming care? You think they should?
Absolutely not. Yeah, I think they do. Are you the Society of Pediatric Endocrinologists? Are you the AMA? Because they disagree with you.
Just because you don't have the title doctor does not mean that you can't see which doctor practices from afar. There is no medicinal value of giving a 14-year-old girl who might be going through a phase, who's probably going through puberty anxiety, irreversible drugs, and breast removal surgery, and saying that this is all about gender-affirming care.
No one in the United States under the age of 16 gets breast reduction surgery. They do have access to hormones, and there are medical benefits to that, primarily the decrease in anxiety and suicidality.
First of all, that's been disproven in the Cass report. I don't want to pick on you, but you got to explain to me, what is a woman?
I think it's anyone who identifies as a woman.
No, but then what is the term? It's like saying a tree is a thing that is a tree. That's circular reasoning.
I think it's literally just that.
No,
I don't think it has to be that deep.
That's not
okay, how would you define it then? To understand where you're coming from.
As humanity always has, which is an adult female with XX chromosomes, right? Not tough, not difficult, not overcomplicated. My 2-year-old actually can say woman, man, woman, man, man, woman.
Why do you need to know that? Why does it matter if you call them a man or not?
Hold on. So we just gravitated from that. This is what it is to why does it matter? Let me tell you why it matters. Because we are being forced to lie on a daily basis and affirm people's mental delusions.
That one is pumped with whatever synthetic hormone. It's become a blur. No child should be allowed to potentially destroy themselves. You won't let them drink or do drugs. Why are they tearing apart their biology?
I'm an American citizen, and I support the Ukraine. What President Trump and his sidekick, J.D. Vance, the vice president, did this week was shocking and shameful. President Zelensky, many of us here who are average citizens in the United States, we support you. We know that Russia is really at fault here, and that our Oompa Loompa is in his pocket. And for that, I know I am very sorry. And I am sorry that you're still having to deal with this war. But we stand with you and with the Ukrainian people, despite what was said in the Oval Office. He does not speak for all of us.
Ma'am, I don't think you're in the position to call Trump an Oompa Loompa. Me personally, I'd rather be an Oompa Loompa than Violet.
Ukrainians do not stand with Zelensky, but the liberal Americans do. Now that's very interesting. This is going to be an interesting year.
You're being a little dehumanizing.
Yes, I am being dehumanizing.
While that is still in my body, it is my choice.
What is the womb designed for?
It is designed to carry a clump of cells.
Where were you before you were born?
My dad's, I guess, testicles.
It wasn't you yet, because you is when there's a unique individual
so when I was
genetic
born,
identity.
then yes.
Come on, the science shows at the moment of fertilization, sperm egg fusion,
The
you have
science
unique.
doesn't
That's
actually
when
show that.
it does show that you have unique individual
the
genetic
science
identity. That is a fact.
fertilized that there is cell multiplication.
But
that does
what
not
kind of
show,
cell multiplication? It's not like skin cells. What is it? Come on.
It's a massive cells.
But what is it? It's a human embryo, right?
Well, yes.
That's developing rapidly.
But it is a clump of
But
cells.
we already said we are clumps of cells. So you're kind of using that pejoratively, like, oh, you're a clump of cells. You can be aborted. You can be miscarried. It doesn't matter. Who cares? You and I are clumps of cells. So it's a
not
little
clump-
dehumanizing.
Yes, I am being dehumanizing because it is a clump of cells.
But we are clumps of cells. We already you acknowledge that. Why wouldn't you dehumanize us
Because
that
until
term? But
you are
dehumanize the baby.
actually outside of my body, there are no rights. Because if there were, my friends,
That
there would
child not have
already be
rights.
laws on the books. And currently, there are no laws on the books that say that anything that happens before that birth means that they are not actually live.
That's actually inaccurate. So
No.
even in states like California, there has been such a thing until recently, in the last 2 years, as illegal abortions. Are you aware of that? So even in states that are blue states,
No.
there
So-
are illegal abortions where it says, yes, before birth, this is a person that has some rights and we're going to protect them.
She wants to be cool so badly. Until there are laws against or for something, you can do whatever you want. That is not an argument you want to make.
To the woman in the purple, because I saw you were making a face at my previous answer. So what's going on?
Well, actually, I have a couple of questions. At the core of pro-Palestinian protests on college campuses and elsewhere is a demand to end the war in Gaza, a goal that this administration actually supports and has pursued. So why has this not been acknowledged or highlighted even?
Because these colleges in these protests have again put out Hamas propaganda.
And that's how you press secretary. Carol 1 was made for this job. Guess what liberal thought? They said she's being mean and insecure. Input an eye roll and a sigh right here.
You're a woman that goes into the gym and you ask yourself, like, why does every man stare at me? Why don't I get approached by these men? Is something wrong with me? I'm gonna tell you the answer. I'm not being delulu. This is just facts. I know it, and I've heard it from men saying why they don't approach me. The reason why you are not getting approached is because these men see you as a woman with high value. A lot of men just want to have fun, so they go and push themselves on women that they think don't have high value. This is the truth. Like, I'm trying to be kind, but that is the truth. You are not getting approached in a place where everyone's breaking their necks to stare at you. They know that if they approach you, you will hurt their ego. And they know that you are better than them. Men can sense if a woman is better than them, and that intimidates them. That just makes them scared, like, oh, no woman can be better than me. And personally, I take it as a compliment if I'm out in public getting a lot of stares.
I think I can speak for most guys right now. That's actually not the reason at all. The only reason guys don't really approach girls in the gym is because they're shy. That's it. Oh, she's high value and I don't want to hurt my ego. Type of weird cycle thing to say is that. And I think it's funny seeing someone confidently spew out nonsense on a subject they know nothing about, and then to go ahead and label themselves high value. Go outside and touch some grass, please. I can assure you it's not that deep, all right?
This one lives in her head. Better than who? Maybe no man thinks you're pretty. Ever thought of that?
If I were to ask Vice President Harris a question, I think I would ask her, how soon do you think we can get the Equality Act passed?
How about Donald Trump?
I would ask him, do you see me as a human?
Oh.
What just happened? Can you people be any more cringy? Like, please, just try. 1 week without any drama or self-induced victimization. That's all we ask.
Haters will say trans women don't belong in the women's bathroom. Does this look normal to you? No. And just man to man here, it's not going to look normal when you go in to get your prostate exam either. You can't expect society to just conform to the abnormal body modifications that you've done to yourself. Sorry, bro.
Exactly. Okay, you got some surgery and you look different. So did James Charles give it a rest, will you?
Oregon students will no longer need to be proficient in reading, writing, and math to graduate because having standards to graduate disproportionately harms students of color.
Now you've got to agree with me that that is incredibly racist. What? What does skin color have to do with being smart if there are no standards? What's the point of going to school?
I'm David, I'll be your Uber driver.
Hey David. Whoa, please don't look at us like that.
Excuse me?
What's that? Did you see that? Why do you keep looking back at us? Yeah.
So none of their dads had a car? Oh wait, they probably don't have dads. Okay, they've never seen a car driven?
This one might get me into a lot of trouble, but I'm starting to think that one of the main problems today is that men are being told what a real man is by a woman that had no father. Why is that, Emily?
Oh, because women that don't have fathers tend to misunderstand men because they unfortunately have never had a healthy relationship with a man, which isn't her fault as a child, but it is her responsibility as an adult to recognize this and to not project that lack of relationship into all men are bad. Does that answer your question?
Why does that woman not have a father?
Oh, you wanted to turn it into another topic that you could blame men for. Some women don't have a father because her mom didn't want her to, or her dad didn't want her to, or maybe life just turned out that way and her dad died.
Did he abandon his family? Did he not live up to the responsibility of having a family? Did he unalive himself? Where's the man's responsibility in that?
Well, you only covered the times that only a man is responsible, so I'm starting to think there's a bias here.
Instead of answering those questions, women like this will attach themselves to the proximity and to the acceptance of vile men.
I'm sorry, did you just call my dad, my two older brothers, my fiance, and my son vile? Because they are in closest proximity to me.
She has accumulated over 3 million followers with these sorts of takes.
Takes a full raw truth that a lot of people have a hard time listening to.
I think Ginger's daddy is out of the picture and has been for a minute.
I pull up to the Mexican restaurant and I see a truck, because let's face it, it's going to be a truck, with a Trump bumper sticker. You're getting keyed. I don't even want to see you at Taco Bell. The only thing you get to eat for the rest of your life is plain white bread and mayonnaise.
Did you just assume that everyone who works at a Mexican restaurant is an illegal immigrant? It feels a little racist, you know? The destruction of other people's personal property is also a crime. You seem to have a very internalized white savior complex, ma'am.
Liberals have to start visiting professional and skilled hairstylists. These bangs are becoming worrisome by the day.
And here's a piece of advice. If you're a straight man at the airport, I want to see you in pants with some structural integrity. I don't want to see you in your comfies. That's not for you. I didn't sign up to leave the house and see you wearing joggers with a hole in it. Those things are for girls only. Please put on your jeans, khakis, J. Crew chinos. They're always on sale at the factory outlet. It's an epidemic and it's only getting worse. I've visited a lot of airports and it seems like as straight men we're taking creative liberties that we don't need to be taking. Why do you need to be comfy? It's a sight for sore eyes. You guys want to wear the pants in society, so wear the pants everywhere in the airport. And if you can't dress appropriately, as my girl Kamala Harris says, do not come, do not come.
I thought we don't dress up for other people. Why are you so concerned about a man's pants? You little woke pervert.
Myron says to me when I get there, he's like, you're a nice guy. I said, yeah, it was really disrespectful.
Off camera?
Off camera. And I said, bro, why would you say that to me? I think he got really surprised that I talked back. I was like, I'm gonna let that go because you just don't understand.
I'm surprised you did the pod with him after he said that.
Yeah, I said to Myron, I was like, if you met her, I don't think you would say that. I think if you got to know her, you would understand that, she wants to change, she wants to be better. I don't go back to...
Definitely ramp up my only... produce more content. We'll see where it goes.
What does that mean?
We'll see where it goes.
Is there gonna be boy-girl stuff?
No.
That's the question. Would you go back to that?
Oh my god. No.
I'm out if that happens. I'm out.
Okay.
Would you?
No, I don't know.
What do you mean?
What do you don't know? Is it no? I don't know.
You don't know?
No.
What?
No.
I'm sorry. You always said you would never go back.
No, I'm not going to. I'm not going to.
You don't think releasing an old tape is going back?
It was already, the person I filmed with it, they were already selling it and everything. You could find it on the internet.
Got it.
It's just
Okay.
that I had never pushed it out on mine. So
this is literally already out there somewhere.
Yeah. It's not like
You didn't
it's
tell me
never
that.
seen the face of the internet.
I don't know
this
all this
person's
So it looks like Myron was right. Your girlfriend is a 304. I believe in second chances and forgiveness and all that fairy tale thing, but trying to save an OnlyFans girl, that's playing yourself. If she hadn't quit before you met her, run for the hills.
But I just be confused when people say Trump is a racist, only because before he ran for office, I never heard nobody call him a racist. People call him an ass.
But he's saying racist stuff now.
But what's racist stuff that he's saying?
The Haitian cat stuff?
What's racist about that?
Well, saying Haitians are
prejudice.
eating cats?
Yeah, Haitians are eating
Or
cats.
that when he was like a landlord owning all places, he was very discriminatory against black residents.
I'm discriminatory against black residents in certain buildings. I don't want certain living in my building.
As long as you say it with
If
the
I go
chest.
home tomorrow and I see 17 in the lobby with do-rags on, I'm talking to managers. Who is these niggas? I'm from the hood. I don't want to see them in my building.
You worked hard to leave?
I worked hard to get away from these on them, I love them, but it's like I don't want to go to sleep these in my lobby either. But we don't want to be honest because people are like, oh, Trump is racist. No, he's not. A racist man is not going to let Jennifer Hudson and her family stay in his building after her family was. A racist man is not going to send the jet to pick up Nelson Mandela in Africa once he was free from prison. A racist white.
The Haitian thing was racist? How? A woman got reported and arrested for sinking her teeth into her neighbor's cat. There's video evidence of this.
Asking for a friend. Is it too early to seek asylum in Canada?
No, you can go now. It's safer. It's safer in Canada. Go. I actually stand behind your efforts to move to Canada and become a Canadian and drink Tim Hortons and be with the Mounties. I support it. Timmy Hortons, best coffee you'll have. You'll enjoy it in Canada. Montreal, Quebec, Toronto, Saskatchewan. Go. The Canadians will have you with open arms.
And do I need a passport for that?
You don't even have a passport.
The average liberal has no idea how the world works. Do you need a passport to move into another country? This is why they don't understand what illegal immigration is.
I need Democrats to do something. I need Democrats to do something. I need Democrats to do something. If you're the party of the people, if you're the party who's representing the rest of us, if you're the party who has our best interest in mind, I need you to do something. Please, I am begging you as someone who is having a hard time affording breakfast for her kid every day or doing the best we can. It is your job to represent us. I need you, please.
What's your job?
Do something, anything, make a noise, make a protest, do something. Stop just all the damn words.
I've done some digging. She's a disabled something other gender or something. So we should all have sympathy. But I don't, because she goes on to make herself even more unlikable. When you think of the Democrat voter, or the people who control the party, I should say, think of this.
And honestly, I'm a queer, disabled, poor woman in a very red state. Do you truly believe I think my little my little feelings on the internet this early in the morning when I was tired?
The seatbelt dirty. And it's not even the driver's side. She's a passenger in someone's vehicle, and she dirtied damn seatbelt.
Honey, let me hold your hand when I say this. Y'all are stupid sometimes. Y'all are straight stupid sometimes. I wish y'all the best. I wish y'all some help.
Lady, with chompers like that, let's keep the S's to a minimum, lady. Can I suggest using words with a lot of P's, a lot of M's, consonants that keep your mouth closed? I can't keep watching this. Play the rest of it, but I don't want to.
I wish y'all some context. Who mentioned Ukraine? Who mentioned any of that? Because it sure wasn't me. Who mentioned Biden? Because it wasn't me. Y'all, I need y'all to get some help, please. Like please.
Mm-hmm. This is the attitude that comes from narcissistic sociopath white ladies. Like, oh, honey, and they feel entitled to do it because they just accuse you of doing that you're actually mansplaining, that you're patronizing. Imagine if a man were to talk to a woman that way. Here's the thing: you can do it. We just don't respect you. It's annoying. We tune you out, and so you have chosen in your dirty seatbelt from the passenger side. Could you please let me know how that happens? To act exactly the way that you accuse your opposition.
Can't afford breakfast and tattoos were free, I'm guessing.
Why is nobody questioning why Bob Ross has an afro and he's white? Has anybody ever seen him with straight hair?
First of all,
that was a happy little tree he had atop his head. Second of all, what God did to you and LeBron's hairline is diabolical work. Out here trying to race bait, which I fully endorse. They call me a bit of a race baiter myself. But the difference is that I know the difference between a perm and an afro. My sister in leave-in conditioner, that's a perm. But I wouldn't expect somebody whose edges get laid as much as she does to understand that. This is the product I recommend. You're welcome. You see, he got the perm before he got famous because he didn't have money. He was trying to save money on his hair care. But then he got famous and everybody knew him for the perm, so he could never change it. By the time he died, he hated it. I can't wait for your next video where you call out Steve Irwin for appropriating the Jerry curl. Or perhaps JFK for appropriating the MLK. That joke there's a thinker. They're not, anymore, anyway. All right, I'm gonna leave you alone now. Not because I want to. I have a golf tournament. All right, so get cunt, hit it with the RT. Merchants of bio.
Let that be a lesson to you. No Bob Ross slander will be tolerated. Just expletive up.
Then just walked up to me and she said,
I said that is Donald Trump's wall to keep out women.
what is he keeping women out of?
The way he talks about women, the way he downgrades women.
What's an example of that?
When he, just the way he treats his wife, the way he treats other women.
How does he treat his wife?
Watch the video of the inauguration. And
What did he do?
he walked away from her. He could care less about her.
Oh my God, we need to impeach him now.
Yes, we do.
Like yesterday, he walked away from her at the inauguration?
Well, yeah. As soon as the car pulled up, he stomped ahead and left her to fend for herself.
Oh my God.
And then, it's just, if you watched him with the Queen, he's marching right ahead of her. It's just his disdain for women. How about the fact that he was on record saying that he can walk right up to a woman and grab her pussy? That's pretty bad.
Well, I think what he was talking about is the type of woman who will allow a rich and powerful man to do anything that he wants. And that type of woman does exist.
I have no answer to that kind of comment that you just made.
They're called star fuckers.
Oh, do her ears work at all? Does she even hear the idiocy flying out of her mouth?
With concentration camps looming in the United States, here's what queer people are doing. Yes, I said concentration camps, you can MAGA. We are getting a go bag ready. We are getting all of our documents ready. So driver's license, birth certificate, social security card, passport. Now, if you have to revert your passport and your documents to previously said gender identities that you were born with, do so. I'm allowed to do so with my driver's license that says X on it in the state that I'm in. I'm going Monday to revert that to my gender assigned at birth. So, the next step, we're going to have a go bag with shoes, clothes for 7 days, dehydrated food, think astronaut food for 7 days. We're going to have $1,000 cash or prepaid credit card on hand. And this is just for the emergency. This isn't for permanency. This is for a week of getting by off the grid. We're going to have anything ready for the pets that we're taking with us. So put some cat litter in your trunk. Put some cat food or dog food in your trunk. Make sure there's a leash there. Make sure you have everything ready for everything that you're taking with you. Make sure your medication is available and in extra stock. So stock up on it. Ask your doctor for a 3-month supply at one time. Keep your gas tank full. Have all of this stuff available and ready to go in a moment's notice for every single person in your family. You do not need a passport to get into Canada or Mexico.
Oh, I had it ready.
You just need your documents.
Got it.
But that doesn't mean you shouldn't have a passport ready to go.
So keep it on.
Have a beautiful day and stay safe, my transgender family. All MAGA hate on this video will be deleted and blocked. So please boost this video with positive thoughts for other queer people and what you are doing to make sure that you are safe. Here. And being safe does not mean hiding who you are.
Did you
I am still going to live my life out loud every day, but I'm getting ready to go if need be. And when I am traveling, I won't be having nail polish and beard color in my beard. I'm going to be stealth as I'm traveling. But once I get to where I need to go, I'm still going to live out loud and speak up every day.
Loud!
Generations of queer people.
Loud!
Have a beautiful day and stay safe, my transgender family. I am proud of you all.
Man, that was well thought and thorough. Canada and Mexico? By all means.
Me and my girlfriend were going to a wine castle, and we sat down for our tasting. And at first they were just very rude and didn't really answer our questions, and we didn't really feel welcome. The server said, "Yes, sir," when I was asking some questions.
Some trans people, I'll just say this, look like the gender that they were born with. Some of them do. It's just, you have masculine features, all right? Sorry.
I said, "Oh, no, I'm actually not a sir."
Okay, if Lily says that and then they keep calling them a sir deliberately, then that's not cool. That's not cool at all.
Instead of apologizing, or I don't know what else you would do other than apologize, they just walked away. Did not acknowledge what I
felt very embarrassed.
Walked away. We saw the server like whispering to a manager, and a few minutes later, the manager came over and, really big smile, not acknowledging at all that the misgender had happened. And I say, "Hey, look, the last person, they misgendered me and that really hurt."
4-year-old.
And they just walked away. And the manager said, "Oh, well, some people just aren't as progressive as you."
Personally, if I was the waiter, I would be like, "Oh, hello, sir." And then Lily goes, no, I'm a lady. Like, okay, ma'am. Well, that's what I would do. Person, maybe you're different, whatever. That's what I would do. The boss was right. Some people just aren't. Like, not everyone plays by these rules, Lily.
Also, not everyone is as delusional as you. Look in the mirror, bro. What woman looks like that?
I live in Florida, and I'm gay, non-binary, and I had a call today with my psychiatrist, and I've been seeing him since 2009. We went over my medications, and he asked me how I've been feeling lately, and I told him I've just been so sad and scared, and he told me that it's a safe space. I've been seeing him since 2009, and this is the first time I've come out to him. He shared that he has transgender nieces and that they're moving to Colorado for safety, and he asked me what I'm doing to prepare. And I told him I'm in the process of starting to get my passport. He asked me where I want to go, and I said I don't know, but I hope Canada, because I've always wanted to live in British Columbia. And he asked me, what about your parents? Because they're down here, and he knows that I moved down here for them. And I explained that they're MAGA extremists and that it's destroyed my relationships with them. And I couldn't help but just cry. I just bawled. And he just kept reassuring me that I can talk to him about it anytime, that he and his wife are trying to organize some sort of resistance and support for people in my situation because it's so dear to his heart. And it just made me feel so good to know that I have someone safe to talk to. Because right now, everything is feeling like a threat. Everything is scary. Every day I cry. Multiple times. It's very hard to just stay functioning in this place with this news all the time and all the threats.
So you've been seeing that man for almost 2 decades and you're like this? And that's a wrap, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to hit that like, comment, and subscribe. Don't go woke, and see you in the next one.